The Ferrari 355 is among the best cars in the world. A poem in steel, a thing of beauty, a joy forever. Outrageously quick, and probably one of the finest cars ever to come out of Italy.
But there is another Italian car that's as bewitching and intoxicating to drive. Another Italian car that chatters to you in the same animated way. But it's a car that, with the right road and the right driver, can pull this 355's panties down. And it costs a tenth of the price.
The Lancia Integrale isn't just an automotive gigolo, a rally champion and a card-carrying classic. It's got the road manners and performance to shame a supercar, and you can buy a decent one for £7 grand.
Now, I'm no great fan of 80s Italian cars with their recycled washing machine steel and crappy interiors. But the Integrale can even tickle the heart of a jaundiced old cynic like me. It is quite simply sublime.
You see, the Integrale does what so few others can. It turns driving into a sensual experience. There's an energy that ripples through your soul every time you touch that wheel.
What you get is tarmac-sucking grip from the four-wheel drive, madcap acceleration, delightfully communicative steering, and a very, very large helping of badass attitude. Now, we're not normally given to showing you the oily bits on this programme, but on this occasion I have to make an exception because this is a little diamond of an engine. An apparently modest 2-litre 4-cylinder, but there's a turbocharger, intercooler, 16 valves, counter-rotating balancing shafts and fuel injection, producing anything between 185 and 215 horses. You can even gently tweak them to develop 250. And when Lancia decided to take their Banshee rallying, it absolutely decimated the opposition.
Lancia's Hotshot won the World Rally Championship no less than 5 times in a row. Between 87 and 91, nothing could touch it. And what Lancia learnt on the rough stuff paid off on the road. The Integrale is such a great road car because it was always such a great rally car. This sort of handling, poise and balance doesn't come from customer clinics.
When I first saw one, it was in the forest during an RAC rally, and as soon as I saw it, I knew I had to have a car like it.
I was a little unsure whether my wife would take to left-hand drive. She took it out for a drive.
And that was it. Had to buy it. Besotted.
It took me 8 years to raise the finance. I've had 4 since, and I can't think of a much more suitable car for the area I live in, rural North Yorkshire.
And now we've gone on to the 16-valve Evolution, which is wonderful. It's so nice to have men look at the car and think, and it's a woman driving. Wonderful.
Never mind the crushed budgerigar yellow. An Evo like this with impeccable provenance and history could be yours for 16 grand. One of the most entertaining investments you'll ever make.
But like all prima donnas, the Integrale has plenty of character flaws. The interior, to start with, it's got grisly suede seats. The instrument binnacle looks like it's been lifted straight out of an 80s Fiat Regatta. These little indicator stalks here are so thin and flimsy that you fear for their lives every time you move them. And you think that the person who designed this has deliberately made you feel uncomfortable because the driving position is ape-like, the ride is like a washboard, the car exhausts you when you drive it hard, but you can forgive it absolutely anything. So just how quick is this little car? Well, I could show you, but you can't feel that, I can. So let's give you some numbers instead. 60 comes up in 5.6 seconds. That's as quick as a Nissan Skyline. But 50 to 80, it's as quick as a 911. Take it from me, this is a devastatingly fast little car. And the Evolution is the one to have. It may look a lot like a bungalow in a posing couch with all its bulges and muscles, but if you buy a good one, you won't lose money. And therein lies the problem. Finding a good Integrale is as easy as scooping air into a heap.
You must have one with a dealer service history. You must make sure it's not stolen, crashed or thrashed, and you must get a professional inspection because Integrales come in two conditions, very good or very bad. And watch the scores that are being imported from Germany. They may sound temptingly cheap, but unless you can talk to the previous owner, turn on your heel and walk away.
So how do we judge this little rocket ship? Where does it come? In the halls of motoring nirvana? Well, I'm going to make an apocalyptic statement here. I'm going to say that the Lancia Integrale is better than the Subaru Impreza. It's almost as fast, but it's so much more glamorous. It is, after all, Italian. This car isn't just an icon. It's one of the most bewitching and captivating cars in the entire world.